Hello YouTubers and future UDK designers. Today I'll be going over UDK, what it is, and the small little basics. This is your loading screen for when you start up UDK. Alright, so UDK is basically a thing for game makers and designers where you can make your own maps, simulations, animations, stuff like that. Once you start it up, you should get this welcome to UDK thing. Getting started helps you get started with tools, how to use, shortcuts, stuff like that, which I'll get on to later. Video tutorials is like what I'm doing now. Forums, you could ask questions, share ideas, what's new, shows the improvements as it says, the updates, and your version and what it has updated on, and whatever else it has started. Like, it shows you recent developments and what they're working on now. New map, starts a new map, existing map, you could load a map. Alright, you close out of this. This is your content browser where you will have all your items, materials, textures, everything put in. You can import, export, and with your content browser it already has a lot of presets on sounds, animations, materials, particles, meshes, stuff like that. As you can see, there is a lot. Alright, there's a lot more now, which this came from previous games like Unreal Tournament and other games and other things that they added in. Close out of that. And the shortcut to get to that is Control-Shift-F, by the way. Alright, so this is your how your screen should be set up. As you could see, it's very confusing looking, but I'll break it down. As you can see in the top left, it says S for side, the F for front, T for top, P for player, I guess. Show you right here, you could expand it, which is a lot easier and more precise on what you're going to make. Now, some of the buttons that you would use is right clicking. You can move around. You click and drag, which you could drag for zooming in and out. Hold both. You could go paneling around. And you could click, hold right click, and use WASD keys or arrow keys, does not matter which, to move around into it. But this is your basic map. If you right click and click play from here, you will start out. Alright, so you see it even creates shadows. And in UDK there's a lot of physics. There's a lot. Alright, so I'll go over brushes. A brush, as you see, like this box right here, came from this red box. Kind of sounds confusing, but as you see this red box right here, or pinkish, this is what you use to create things. Like, you click down here, CSG add, and it adds a box into it. You could change the box to a cone, which isn't really a cone at the moment, but later on it will be, if you want it to be, which I'll get into that later. Stairs, cylinders, planes, which is a very flat surface. Oh, I'll tell you about why I just glitched. Alright, so talk about more about the buttons. Up at the top you have brush wireframe, which shows your brushes, which, as you see, a brush is the thing that where you can stand on top of, bump into, and apply material and texture to make buildings and stuff. Wireframe just shows basic wireframes. which is, it shows you how many polys there is, which is like faces. As you see in this triangle there's 1, in this square there's 2. Unlit shows there's no true lighting, so all the light is distributed equally. So if you're like in a horror game or something and it's all dark and you want to see, click unlit. Lit shows the light being projected from a certain area, which if you join in-game right now I'll show you almost exactly this, but you have to build it first. Detail lighting shows the lighting that's in high detail on where it's projected. Lighting only shows only lighting where it hits. Lighting complexity, as you see, it's like how intense it is. Density shows the density of the light and where it hits onto objects. Shader, how dark it is on certain objects. Lighting only with texture density shows the light with shades, shows you how bright and dark it is. So the main two you will use is unlit and lit, but sometimes you might use brush, wireframe, or wireframe. Usually these 4. Alright, so go over moving certain objects. There you have your box, and as you see you have these buttons. See, up, down, left, right, side to side. If you press space or up here, it'll go to rotation mode where you can rotate it any way you want it. This is for size, for scaling, which is all equal. As you see, it's all the same color, so you stretch it out. And this is non-uniform, which is you stretch out only a certain spot in the object. And there you have that. Alright, so those are the basics in order to start creating a map. Next time I'll be going over UDK brushes more into it. Please like, favorite, comment, subscribe. Thank you.